Okay guys, so I finished work for the day, come home, I've thrown some food down my neck, I've jumped in the shower, and now I'm off to Dunstable to look at another bathroom, which is another recommendation from a client we've already done one for. And because my car don't go nowhere, this is what it looks like right at the minute. Absolutely covered in leaves and oil from the trees and bird poo. But that's the joys of not having to use the car very often. It's my golf cart and my pricing up car. Okay, so I've cleaned the windscreen best I can. It's not ideal, but the car is absolutely covered in crap. But unfortunately my van's no better. So anyway, we're going to head over to this job. Now I don't know if you remember, we did a job for Isabel in Leverstock Green, her bathroom, about 2 weeks ago. Well, this is her aunt, so this is a recommendation. So what I'll do is, when I get there, I will film the bathroom, and then I will then obviously turn the phone on because I don't want the client on the phone, and then I will talk you guys through what the proposed works are. I've got to check whether there's a combi boiler or a water tank to make sure that we don't recommend a pump for the shower if she has one. If the tank's too small, give all the necessary advice and stuff like that moving forward, which is what I missed out on this job really. I should have got up in the loft, but originally on this job we're currently on, we was putting in the Myra low pressure 3 amp power shower. It wasn't until after the second visit where they wanted to go back over a few things I suggested, well, maybe we could put a pump in, but it was only a flying visit because I had another job to go and look at, and I didn't really think about going in the loft and checking the tank, so it's one of those things unfortunately. But anyway, I will let you guys get back to whatever you're doing, and I will be back to you shortly with a talk through on the job itself. See you soon. So we're here. It was a good half-hour journey. Parking's going to be a nightmare because this is the front of the houses. The only real parking is either around the back, which is absolutely rammed, or out behind me on a main road, so that'll be interesting. Looking for number 43. Now I just got to find the house, which is going to be fun. So I'll see you soon. Okay, so had a chat with a client. It's only a small bathroom, similar to what we're doing now. Got some really good results on this one. Combi boiler is literally the other side of that wall, and this bath is going to go, and it's all going to go that way up tight against it, and then the shower is going to come out that wall. That boxing's where the saw pipe is, so that's going to stay. My joists run that way, flooring is that way, so that makes life easier, so we can run a nice new waste, hot and cold feed for the bath from the existing under the floor. Really easy. The boxing will stay, just new tiles, fully tiled the whole bathroom. We're going to have a 600 vanity with a square sink and a 500 concealed vanity toilet system there, which will do away with all that boxing, and then fully retiled. Tile the floor. Happy days. We've got a plastic saw pipe as well, so everything's pretty straightforward in this one, so that's good to know. So all I've got to do now is get some prices from my suppliers and get a quote over. So happy days. Hopefully this one will be the next job on the cards in a few weeks. See you soon. Oh, that's a good little number, that one. I reckon we'll get that job because that's a recommendation from another client. We also done some work for her mum, this lady's sister, and we come highly rated, so highly recommended is more the word. So Wix has also been here and done a measure up, but she's heard some really bad stories about Wix, and I totally get that because I've heard similar stories. But I've got a Wix plan here. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it very clearly. This is the Wix plan. So let me just try and get a better picture. So we've got curved shaped bath, similar to the one we fitted before. You see that's where the boxing is here, but they've brought everything forward in stud work and brought everything forward. So my recommendation is that we put where that boxing is, that stays, and we sit the vanity units in. That means this all would go back at least 300 mil potentially. Concealed cistern I would recommend it, not a exposed one like that. That makes it look a bit cleaner. But yeah, she reckons Wix have quoted her just under 10 grand for that. Under 10 grand. Now, I know for a fact that for me to do that, labour and materials, not including the actual bathroom suite, is going to be probably close to 5.5 to 6 grand, because I was basing that on the job I'm doing now and the job we did for her niece. So that's pretty much a ballpark figure that I'm looking about 5.5 to 6 grand. So that gives me 4 grand to play with, and a vanity and a bath, shower, toilet and all that isn't going to cost me 4 grand. Potentially maybe a couple of grand if I get really good quality ones. So I could actually save us some money here as well. So I'm not going to be looking at going, oh yeah, I'm going to charge her 10 grand, because she wanted me to plaster the ceiling. See, doesn't need plastering. There's Artex on one of the walls. We'll have to scrape that back and seal it properly. We're not going to go to the road of taking it off because it's potentially got asbestos in it. So we will basically flatten that off with a bit of bonding, and we just tile straight over it. That'll be that done. No issues. She also wants us to replace 4 doors on that landing with some oak shaker. So that will bump the price up, because the doors are about £120 each, I think. 120 quid each, plus ironmongery and obviously time to fit it. So that could potentially bump the whole job up to 8.5, 9 grand. But we're still saving her money, and she's getting other work done. So yeah, stay tuned with that one, guys. I'll get that paperwork over to her hopefully within the next week or so. Just got to get to my suppliers and go through their folders and find some nice quality units for her to give her the price and send her the photos over of what we're looking at. But hopefully, yeah, that'll be a job going forward. So stay tuned, guys. Don't forget, like, share, follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you very shortly. Bye bye.